AJ here. Are you ready for it? Because we're making some mother freaking dirt cups today. And we're doing it with these Oreos that I made the other day. So if I've dropped that video yet, because I don't actually know the order I'm doing all of these in, I'll link it. And if not, I'll link it in the future. But we made some Oreos a few days ago, and they're still good. I just add some. You can see there's a lot less now. And so I thought it would be really cool if we made a vegan, gluten-free, sugar-free, chocolate almond pudding, and then use these Oreos to make dirt cups for Halloween. So you're somebody right now, maybe you're gonna make something for your kids or your fam for Halloween. Everybody's gonna be in anyway. You still want it to be festive. I know we're getting dressed up just to be at home, but you want something cool to do. I'm gonna show you a version of this dirt cup that you can make that's vegan, sugar-free, and gluten-free. Yes. You're very, very welcome. And obviously there's all different types of versions depending on the diet you're on. So I'll leave all those below. And if you have any questions, let me know. So yeah, let's get into it today. We're gonna make some chocolate almond pudding. Oh, hey there, it's still me. All right, so for our pudding, we're getting into this now. This is a super easy pudding to make. I also got this from Alchemind. I realize I've both been making lots of puddings, lots of Alchemind recipes, so I'll try to switch things up, lots of blender recipes. In the coming days and weeks, I'll try to switch things up so that we're not, we don't want to be pigeonholed. We don't want to be blender people, and then they call us blendies, and we feel like we're stuck in a corner. So this recipe, though, you're going to be very thankful for it because it's only 5 ingredients. So if you need something to entertain your kids or your nephews and nieces in the next couple days, you can actually make this right now. Really easy. All you need is a blender and these 5 ingredients, and arguably you could say you only really need like 3. But let's get into what we're going to need. So first thing you're going to need, almond milk. Any alt milk works. I just like almond because we're making it almond flavored. The second thing you're gonna need is some raw cocoa or cacao. Chocolate, you need chocolate, right? Okay, so that's the second thing you need. Third thing you're gonna need is some dates to sweeten it up, and or stevia. So it's not the sweetest pudding in the world, so if you're giving it to kids who aren't used to eating low sugar, sugar-free, whatever, you may want to consider throwing a little bit of stevia in there to sweeten it up, or maple or whatever, right? So that's it. Then almond butter is what's also going in here. And then the last thing is chia. Oh, and some vanilla extract, of course. So vanilla extract is kind of optional, but yeah, the chia, you're not making a chia pudding. You're actually just making a chocolate pudding. It's going to look like a legit chocolate pudding. It's going to taste a little almondy, but the chia is just going to help thicken it up. And literally, you're going to see the longest part of this is the waiting, 5 hours to overnight to have this prepped for dessert. All right, so let's get into it. All right, these are my all 5 ingredients. So the way I like to make it, which is different than the actual recipe, which I will link below, is you're going to start with 2 cups of almond milk. Again, technically any alt milk would work, but I think almond's the best since we're leaning into the almond flavor. So I'm going to just do it all the way up to 2 cups right there. Cool. So we got that. Next, we're going to need 6 dates. Now, these have pits. I just bought this giant thing because I've been realizing as I've been doing these videos and cookies and everything I'm making, I'm using a lot of dates to sweeten. So I should probably get a giant jug of them. So these have pits in them. So make sure you remove the pits so that your pudding doesn't taste like date pit. Believe it or not, that's not the tastiest part of the date. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and rip these apart. I'm going to do this 5 more times, so get ready for either a time lapse or a jump cut. All right, so we're done with the dates. I'm going to put these aside. We've got 6 dates in there. Sidebar, if you're somebody who's like not trying to eat a lot of sugar or something, trying to lose some weight, be healthy, get it from fruits, dates kind of taste like caramel. So as somebody who loves sweets, it makes for a good little treat if you're missing sugar. I think I got, somebody just walked in, so sorry if there's a weird cut. Okay, so we got the 2 cups of almond milk. We've got 6 dates, and then we're gonna put about a 1/4 cup of cocoa powder or raw cacao. I just get the TJ's one, the Trader Joe's one. I like the way it tastes. It's organic, it's fair trade, that's pretty cool. And then I start by actually mixing these things before I add the chia or anything else, because I kind of want to make chocolate milk. And by the way, sidebar, if you want to make a really cool chocolate milk, just have this. All right, so let's get it in the blender. And does it count as cooking if all you're doing is blending? Let me know down below. All right. All right, so we got the chocolate milk. And again, I like to do this first just because the dates can sometimes get kind of chunky, and the last thing you want is a chunk of date in your pudding. Maybe it's the first thing you want, I don't know. It's the last thing I want. So I wouldn't presume what you want, but my presumption would be you want this made the correct way. All right, after that, you're gonna throw about a 1/4 cup of almond butter in here. And I like the raw one if you can get it. Try not to get it super flavored. You can see I'm eyeballing it. The only thing that I would say needs to be pretty exact is the chia and the liquid, because if those proportions are off, you're either gonna have a way too runny pudding or a way too thick pudding. All right, so we got about a 1/4 cup of the almond butter in there. And then the last thing we're gonna wanna add is a little bit of vanilla extract. Let me grab it. About a 1/2 teaspoon of the vanilla extract. And if you know you want stevia, this would be the time to do it. I'd do 5 to 10 drops and then keep adding in increments of 5 until it reaches your desired sweetness. I use the liquid stevia, by the way, so yeah. All right, so before you add the chia, blend this one more time real quick. All right, and then the last thing we're gonna want is a 1/2 cup of chia. And this isn't like the other chia puddings, if you've seen any of my other chia puddings or eaten them. This isn't like, when we're doing those other ones, we actually want the chia to be visible in there. We want to see it. We want it to look kind of like a rice or a tapioca pudding. For this, we're going for like straight up chocolate pudding, right? So our outcome is we want to grind up this chia a lot, actually, and you're gonna see it start to thicken. This is different than the chia ones in that they look kind of runny. It'll still be a little runny, but you're gonna see that it's a lot thicker than the other types of puddings. I'll see if I can edit it in here or something so you can kind of see the difference. And then really what you're doing is chilling it. You're not even, I mean, it's gonna thicken up a little bit, obviously, as you wait 5 hours to overnight, but really you're just letting it get cold because this blender is going to get it a little warm, because you want to blend this for 1 to 3 minutes. You really want it to like be fully incorporated, because you need the chia ground and you don't want the almond butter to get like, you want it to be integrated fully. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and run this for 2 minutes. You'll see either a time lapse or a cut, and then we're going to assemble our vegan gluten-free dirt cups. It's going to be pretty sick. All right, so we got this all mixed up. You're gonna see right here how it's a little bit more homogeneous. So you're gonna pour this into your reusable container, ideally a glass one. This is what they have here. See, you can see how much thicker it is though. So you're definitely gonna need and or want a spoon. And if you use a high-powered blender, like I just did, like a Vitamix or a NutriBullet or Ninja, it might actually make your pudding a little warm, which might sound gross. And I definitely wouldn't eat it warm unless you're already into that. Looks like normal chocolate pudding. I mean, come on. That looks, I mean, if you know it's chocolate pudding, it looks great. So you're gonna throw this in the fridge and you're gonna pop it back out in 5 hours. I got one that I made yesterday that I'm gonna pull out. Then we're gonna assemble our dirt cups, and then I'm gonna bring my whiff in here, maybe, to taste it. All right, so I'll see you in a little bit. Oh, hey, it's still me, AJ. So we have it here. This is our dirt cup. So for the dirt cup, it's vegan, it's gluten-free. We made the chocolate pudding. It's without milk, without sugar, without added sugar, okay? The Oreos we made before, now they're vegan and gluten-free. These ones are not sugar-free, but they can be made refined sugar-free. If you want to check out that video, I'll put a link here above or somewhere. And then I added what are called Smart Sweets. I don't know if you've heard of these. Smart Sweets, you can get them on Amazon. They're basically sugar-free candy. I believe they're sweetened with like, let's find out actually. Monk fruit. They're sweetened with monk fruit. Okay, so they're sweetened with monk fruit, and I know that, you know, dirt cups they usually have gummy worms. I couldn't find vegan gummy worms, and I wasn't going to spend all day making vegan gummy worms. If that's something you're interested in, let me know. Maybe I will do it. But I call this the Dirt Cup Sleep with the Fishes edition because I put the little Swedish fish in there, and you can see. Could you mix the pudding with some Cool Whip or coconut whipped cream? You could, but I really don't think it's necessary for this. So I'm gonna go find my whiff and see if she will taste this for me on camera. And if not, I'm just gonna cut all this out, and it'll be our secret that I mentioned her at all. All right? All right. Do you like it? I call it the Sleep with the Fishes edition. Because fishes don't go. It's a little dark. No, I thought it was cute because I couldn't find vegan worms.
I mean, worms and dirt is kind of dark too, so
yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's just a dark treat.
It's an evil treat.
Yeah.
So get ready, because when you eat it, you're gonna feel the need to murder me.
Okay.
All right, give it a go. You wanna hold it up, look at it, take it in?
I mean, it's pretty cute.
It's pretty cute, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can smell the fish.
Yes.
I want to eat them, but I'm going to wait.
You can eat them.
No, I don't want to eat it with.
She doesn't want to eat it with. Give it a go. Is it good? Okay.
It's good.
Is it?
Yeah, it's good.
It's good? Scale of 1 to 10. Scale of 1 to you. Is it a you?
It's like a 10 because
you're a 10?
it's so nostalgic for me.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
It's a 10?
Like every Halloween as a kid.
Does it taste right?
Yeah, it does.
It tastes close? And it's definitely gluten-free and vegan, but it could be made sugar-free too. Or white sugar-free. You could swap the Oreo for maple sugar. Well, there you have it, 10 out of 10. I don't get those that often from JD, especially for treats. She's more of a savory Brian. So give this a go. Feel free to make your own alterations. If you do, tag me. Show me what you got. What else are you doing? The world's shut down still. So make some dirt cups. It'll be real easy. It'll be healthier. It'll be cruelty-free. And, your kids won't know the difference. So thanks so much for watching. If you watched this far, I really appreciate it. And if you watched this far, maybe subscribe. I mean, I'm guessing if you watched this entire video, you might like some of the other videos coming out. So go ahead and hit subscribe and the bell. Like this video if you like it. And tag me at Rivera on Instagram if you make this. I want to see what you do. I want to see your version. I want to see how much better yours is. All right? All right? All right. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.
It's good.
Is it?
I like it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hell
It's
you.
like the real deal. Especially if it's sat in the fridge for a little bit.
Oh yeah. I actually think whipped cream will be good in it. All right.